Hello everyone, it's Drifter here. I'm back again for another accessible travel episode, and this time we're in the not capital of Turkey, Istanbul, basically the gateway to the east as people call it. But what we're going to be talking about is more popular tourist attractions and if they are accessible with a wheelchair or not. Our first stop is the Grand Bazaar, which is a great place to get yourself some teas, some spices, some Turkish delight, some cheap clothes if you're up for that. Lots of bargaining. There is an art form. It's part of the fun, really. But what we're going to talk about, obviously, is if you can get in there, if it's accessible. And yes, you can. Entrances have ramps or there's no steps at all. But be careful. There are entrances that are not accessible. Not from every corner is it accessible. There might be steps, there might be things that would hinder you in this process. So all I would say is the main gate and the swordsman entrance are both without steps and perfectly accessible. So I know the swordsman entrance is on Google, so you can just look that up and get in through there. Another popular thing to do in Istanbul is the Bosphorus Cruise, to really drink in Istanbul's skyline from afar. You can also go up to the Black Sea. It is very cool. You can see the massive new bridge they've built there in recent years. Now, again, the question, is it disabled friendly? And the answer is yes, it is. Now, there's many different tour groups you can book with. It's endless, but there's Get Your Guide, there's TripAdvisor to name but two, there's many others, and they will say exactly how disabled friendly it is. But generally speaking, 90% of these tours or cruises are wheelchair accessible. Some of them do advise that you bring a companion with, but just have a look at which one you're planning on booking with, and that will make everything nice and clear for you there. Dolmabahce Palace is another popular one. It sits right on the Bosphorus, and it is just a really beautiful palace with beautiful gardens. According to its website and Google, it is completely disabled accessible. I wouldn't judge you for thinking that it is completely disabled accessible, taking it at face value. However, doing a little bit of digging, it's come to my attention that it is not completely disabled accessible. One thing is though, it is free for disabled people and their companions. However, you'll be looking at the ground and the first floor only. You can get to all the rooms and stuff on that, so you can experience it. It is cool, but anything on the second floor will not be accessible to wheelchair users. It is about 40 flights of steps, and there is unfortunately no other way to get up there other than those steps. And last but unfortunately least is the Galata Tower. It is a very old building. It's from 1348. So unfortunately, if it is on your travel itinerary, I do have some bad news for you. It is not in any way disabled accessible. There are many steps to climb to get up there, and there is no lift to get you up there. So I'm sorry to leave on this kind of sour note that it is unfortunately not accessible. It's a nice area. Unfortunately, it itself is not accessible. Well, once again, I want to round it up and say that Istanbul is all in all a very great destination for wheelchair users. Well, if the tourist attractions you were planning on visiting weren't in this video, then I'm pretty sure they will be in my other video right here, so make sure to check that one out just so you know exactly how it all works, how to get into places, and if they're disabled accessible at all. Other than that, there will be a video coming up about public transport in Istanbul also, so watch out for that. But other than that, I hope you have a lovely trip in Istanbul, and thank you for watching. Have a beautiful rest of your day.